Well, hello, gunters, punters, and anybody else that is super overweight. Welcome to a very special Roblox discussion video with two owners. It's me and it's Calrox. Calrox, say hi.
Hi.
Jack's not here. Jack, we've only ever heard Jack speak like 3 times in voice chat, so Jack's not here. If you get blessed to hear with Jack's voice, then you're lucky. We're here because when the Ready Player Two event ended, a famous Roblox developer, the guy that made Tower Defense Simulator, he made a tweet that had a lot of false things in it that ended up hurting us and some other Ready Player Two groups that found things first.
So yeah, on the screen is a screenshot of his tweet. He said, "Okay, now here's the rant about Ready Player 2 and its implication for future events. There are many things wrong with this event. Yes, a lot of it was poor game design, but the majority of it was exploiters. Beast Swarm was found by Seed Gang, Roblox High was found by Seed Gang, Bad Business was found by another exploit group, Sharkbite was found by Seed Gang, Vehicle Simulator was found by Seed Gang. 5 out of 7 games were discovered and exploited by exploiters. They used methods of decompiling game code and exploring private inventories of developers to get that information. These exploiters would share information with their private group and give everyone else a huge disadvantage. The majority of people who have the Metastar were offered an unfair advantage that everyone else didn't have. Given this and the panic that it caused for DevRel and QA, I highly doubt that an event like this will ever happen in the future again. It isn't only the exploiter's fault, though. Roblox also needs to have penetration testers in their QA team to prevent future issues like this. In a nutshell, the event was a mess. Exploiters ruined an event that could have been so good. The final game had poor game design and bugs, and an event like this will most likely never happen again. A few more things I'd like to point out. There was zero incentive for being the first to find a relic. All you had to do was wait for the 6th relic to be found and snatch a prize. Ernest Klein says that he hates boss fight, and there were 2 RNG-based boss fights. So there's a lot to unpack here, but let's just start at the top.
Okay.
So he said, there's one thing that I do agree with. There was exploiting all around, and we, personally, us and all the groups involved, we don't like exploiters. We don't promote exploits. It just ruins the event for everyone, and there's no point in exploiting if where's the fun in solving all these puzzles if you just exploit and cheat your way through the top. But his first claim was that Seed found, he said, well, 5 of the 7 were exploited, but he said that Seed exploited for 4 out of the 7. This is just straight up false.
Yeah.
Roblox Discussion, Eggify, and Seed were all part of an alliance together, and obviously none of them have exploited, including us. So I don't even know where he got this information, but that's just straight up wrong.
And the alliance didn't even happen until after 3 of the relics were found. Roblox discussion isn't on here at all, so you're probably wondering how that got us some hate, and that's because Roblox discussion actually found the relics first, and when people find that out, they assume we're Seed Gang, and then they start being kind of rude about stuff.
Right. So, our group was the first for Beast, like the actual first for Beast Swarm, the first to upload any video about Piggy, and also the first non-exploiter, I'd say, for Sharkbite.
Yeah.
So 3 of the 7 were just not found by Seed.
And the only one that even had Seed involved with us was Sharkbite.
Mm-hmm.
And that's after the alliance was created and all that. And so let's focus on the hate that this gave us. We had a lot of members leave. We had a lot of rude messages sent to us. Creekcraft, the YouTuber, he retweeted this or he liked it, one of the two, and he also,
I think it was on stream. He read it out.
Yeah, he also talked about it on stream, which was not good. And then Creek didn't want to talk to any of us, even though we were helping him through the event.
Yeah.
And it's not good to have all those huge people in the community just throwing crap at us when
For false information.
yeah,
first of all.
false information, all this false information. For that reason, it's just not good. So, there was, as far as we know, there was 2 games where exploiters actually benefited from what they found. And then he says here that the majority of people who have the Metastar were offered an unfair advantage that everyone else didn't have. And this was not true at all. Because the people that found the Metastar, most of them weren't in seed and all that until Roblox discussion found out how to get the keypad to spawn after all of the Strawby stuff had happened, of course. But it wasn't us Roblox discussion, it was the public chats, because our server kind of like exploded and it had triple the members it used to. And the public chat was just freaking out. They figured out how to get the keypad to spawn. And then at this time, Seed, I'm pretty sure this was before Seed was even aware Dungeon Quest was involved in the event.
I'm pretty sure they were still
We
on
didn't know.
vehicles.
We didn't know. And they got in, and then Seed ended up figuring out that you could brute force the keypad. And they told us, and then everyone else in the Roblox discussion general and RBB and all that, they started figuring that out. It wasn't an unfair advantage, especially Strawby, who just, his team, they all found it together. So there's that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then Seed, a lot of Seed members did get the Metastar, but the Metastar, there was a bunch of people going for it. There was like hundreds of people in that boss battle when there were still Metastars obtainable. And the reason multiple people didn't get it is because the boss fight was just RNG. You had to just run in there and just slash until it died. And I'm saying this from experience because I went in there, I killed the boss, and then I died when I killed the boss. And it just teleports me out, and I miss out on that Metastar. But yeah, it was just an RNG boss fight until it got updated, because that's what Dungeon Quest is.
Exactly. By the time Seed got in, there were already hundreds of people or to the boss fight, I mean, for Dungeon Quest. There were already hundreds of people trying to do it, so there's nothing unfair advantage specifically for Seed, anyone in the Alliance, which is, I guess this tweet is going after. Like, there's physically no advantage here. By the time they figured out Dungeon Quest and all this, it was already public knowledge. Everyone already had the same playing field, so.
Okay, so this whole thing about, the panic that this cost for all the QA and all that, and that an event like this will never happen in the future again. So there was not much panic inside. I've gotten confirmation on this. There was not much panic at all. So I don't know what he's talking about. The event went mostly smooth up until the end. So the end, there was a few bugs, and one of the games released when they weren't supposed to. But yeah, there's not much panic besides that. And Roblox does have those kind of testers to go in and do all that stuff in advance.
Yeah.
But and then he goes and he says the event was a mess and that exploiters ruined the event, when exploiters only got to 2 of the middle relics. I would like to agree with the last tweet that he sent about how there was zero incentive for the first to find a relic. I think that first 7 of each relic should have gotten something. And a lot of people agree on this, and that's not just because we were the first to multiple, but it's because Ready Player 1 had something like that, and Ready Player 2, there was just not much reason. So you could find something and then get screwed over at the end. No Metastar. All you did was get a placement in Green's event statistics game.
Yeah. And also specifically, since this is a forever event, it's never going to end. It's just going to keep going. It gives you even more incentive to be the first to find a relic for everyone having only the Metastars, and then you get something special for being the first out of possibly thousands of people.
All right. So he just randomly brings up that Ernest Klein hates boss fights. And he also admits that there were 2 RNG-based boss fights, so he was aware that the Dungeon Quest boss fight was RNG. But I don't really get that. And the Shark Bite boss was not RNG-based. It was actually pretty well made. It was probably the best part of the event. So I don't think Ernest Klein's opinion should really matter too much about how a Roblox event should be. And, I mean, you're basically giving the guy that had a lot of underage sex and masturbation pages in his book. So I don't know why you're trying to say that it should follow what he wants when it's about little kids playing a Roblox event and boss fights. They'll love that. They love boss fights. Yeah, I just don't get that last part. The boss fights are cool. based, Dungeon Quest should have definitely not been in the event.
Agreed.
I
Agreed. That was the only
Dungeon
thing.
Quest is all about RNG based boss fights because the markers for where you're gonna get hit are completely off and all that. But this isn't a video for complaining about Dungeon Quest. So
Yeah.
yeah, all right. We got a bunch of hate from this tweet, and Seed did too, and even some other groups. We're gonna go through here, and we can look at what some of the members of the group said. And Karox, you want to start with that?
Yeah, sure. So the first screenshot is from, and he's and he said just that he had about Below Natural. He said just that he has a huge platform, and it was very wrong and immature to call out people like that. Should have been obvious what would have happened.
So
Sure.
all of these mentioned that he has like a pretty big following, and that it was wrong for him to spread all this, especially call people out. I don't know what he means about should have been obvious what would happen. So do you? Because I don't get that.
Should have been obvious. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, hopefully he could explain that. Yeah, we can move on to the next one.
Next we have Tornadus. He says he gave out incorrect info on on who got what relics first. Obviously, we've been over this. He also immediately called out seeded exploiters without even backing up his claims as evidence. Same thing. And then next we have a tweet from Wow You again.
We can
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah.
And actually, he was blocked over this tweet, which he was being pretty, just calm about it. Like he wasn't even, it wasn't an aggressive tweet or anything. It was just stating the facts. And also, Flusky, he says that BelowNatural's reaction were really immature and an excuse to try and feel better about his performance in the event.
So, yeah, gave incorrect info, which I think, at first I was thinking that he could mean, like, found it, as in exploited that it was in that game. But Seed didn't play the event until Bloxy in high school. So even then, even if in this hypothetical situation where Seed would be exploiting, they weren't even playing in the event until later on. So he didn't provide any evidence at all. So if he's got evidence, I'd love to just see it, because as far as we know, Seed didn't exploit. They seem like good people. We worked with them, and unless they just used us for our information, we're pretty sure that they didn't exploit at all.
So next is the tweet that Torn was talking about. It's Wow's tweet. He said, "Pretty pathetic you're trying to defame us." Oh, this is a member of Seed, by the way. Pretty pathetic you're trying to defame us with proofless, straight-up wrong accusations. Seed only solved Roblox High School with help of Egify members, mind you. We've also spoken to James Halliday 7, and he has certified our legitness. I expected a bit more from a front-page developer to not stoop to the level of the 6-year-olds doing the event, who's only cope with the fact that losing is accusing others of cheating. Lastly, I don't think anyone had a single clue about Vehicle Simulator nor Dungeon Quest until this morning. They were complete wildcards, and everyone was on level playing fields going in and out, and coming out of them. Do better. So yeah, I'm not even sure why Below blocked him for this. Like, he's actually just saying it. And one thing he brought up is that the James Halliday 7 will get to that a bit, but
yeah,
I'm not even sure.
A lot of them are saying that Below Natural is kind of a big baby. I'm not gonna say who said that, of course, but it's multiple members in both groups, and just I don't really want to believe that. I love BelowNatural's game, Tower Defense Simulator, super fun. You remember we've all played that? That was the one in the Egg Hunt, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it's in the Egg Hunt again, because it's pretty fun. We've got I love the game, so I don't really want to believe that he's just a baby and that he blocked him for that reason. But hopefully we don't get blocked over this. Hopefully he understands that we're just
clear the name of Seed and ourselves.
Yeah.
So next we have VSK. He's another main alliance member from Seed. He said, "Dude, we knew nothing about Bee Swarm, Shark Bite, or Piggy. Like we said, they didn't even, they started playing around Roblox High School, but for those three, they had nothing to do with it." And Mochi said, "We can't prove that." And he said they did high school on their own, and then the rest of the alliance, they helped us. They helped us with the solution. And Mochi said he's not sure how to prove it, but he said he can't prove it either, being Below. and he's just talking out of his ass. So yeah, I mean, he literally provided no evidence for that tweet. It's literally nothing. He's just all claims, false claims, mind that. So I don't know where he even got the information that C did.
We found the bling because somebody in Roblox discussion posted a picture of them with the key, and then we figured it out right after that, after we had already been glitching into the room to the obby.
Yeah.
Like we were sitting in the locker and we were like using our skateboards to try and push us in the room. Multiple of us beat the obby, but we couldn't get the item. We needed the key. So
yeah, they need the key prerequisite.
Yeah.
But so we have another big person in the community, or the gunting community, I guess. He says, seems like a lot of accusations. It's sad that developers in high positions can post stuff like this without providing any proof. We've already proved we're not exploiting the event once to James Halliday account. We know each step to each game and have figured out everything fair. And to add on, Seed Gang was never working by itself. This was an alliance between 3 groups, which I won't mention by name unless they do so themselves. Many of us have read the book just in preparation for this event, and many have watched every video, etc.
Okay.
So I think that's... I mean, I think he's part of Seed because he's talking about James Halliday.
Yeah, probably. All right.
Yeah.
So, they talked to James Halliday, and we all had to do this. Every group, even I don't think our Gunters are aware that had to happen, but we had to tell we had to tell Green to tell them, but everyone had to list off what we found for the puzzles, what order it was in, and then they would confirm that we didn't cheat. Right. So we've got screenshots. Those will show up on screen of James Halliday 7 just trusting Seed. I think there's even one of them giving names of other like exploited people. So next part down here talks about the alliance, but many of us read the book, so a lot of people didn't know this, and this would have been so hard for like little kids and stuff to figure out. But everything, like all of the hat names, all of their descriptions were related to the Ready Player 2 book's references. But not only that, those also were about the puzzles in the event. And when we joined the alliance, some of the members didn't even have like a clue. Well, they knew that the things were referenced in the book, but they didn't like put together everything like that. The puzzles are related to that and all that. So that was part of the information that we gave them. But yeah, so we all had an advantage, the people that read the book. So if you didn't read the book, that's probably why you had some trouble. That's how we knew about the Breakfast Club. We knew about so when we saw the Bad Business Project Unicorn thing on Rollamons, that's how you say it, I'm pretty sure. We knew that there was an ASCII unicorn mentioned in the book, and we're like, yes, this could be it. And this is like right around when the alliance is getting formed.
Yeah, I'd also, just to bring up again, another big one was actually Vehicle Simulator. The description of that had like a huge hint to basically solving the puzzle with the radio and with the boombox and all that. That was another game where reading the book had a huge advantage.
Well, every single one. Except for probably Dungeon Quest, which was just everyone got that reference. So we're gonna move on here. We're gonna say every relic and who found them, and then what our experiences with that relic was. So I'm hoping I can remember this in order.
Yeah.
So there was Piggy, then Bee Swarm, Roblox in high school, right? Was Bad Business after that?
Bad Business.
Shark Bite, Vehicle Simulator, Dungeon Quest.
I believe. Yeah.
Or was it the other way around? Dungeon Quest then it was Dungeon Quest then Vehicle Simulator, but it might have originally been it was like switched around. So it's gonna pull up all these on the screen, then have who found them appeared under them as we say it. We found Piggy. As far as we know, the badge, we don't even know if we were the first because when we got the badge,
sure we weren't the first, but there was I think one group of people that were before us, but
when we got the badge, it was like the number just shot up immediately. We don't know who was first. Like
I see.
Yeah, it was at the same time, and then they uploaded a video of them having it in their inventory while we were uploading ours. But
of our solution.
yeah. So, and then Bee Swarm, that was us before Ready Player 2 even started.
Yeah.
So that we got that one before Piggy. And then Robloxian High School, that was Seed and Agify. And
Got it.
then Bad Business. So Bad Business was found by exploiters. It wasn't Seed, anything like that. We had a pretty good advantage. Like, we'll get into it when we get to Bad Business, but we knew a lot of cool stuff that we could get into Bad Business, and then some exploiters that just posted screenshots in the RB Battles images chat.
Yeah, literally the entire thing was leaked, that really sucks because that kind of ruined everything.
Okay, and then Shark Bite, that was Roblox discussion. And then Vehicle Simulator was the hashtag Egg Hunters group, which also goes by the name Roblox Gaming and Development. I think it's ran by Coinful.
Coinful, yeah.
Yeah, and then Dungeon Quest was Strawby and whoever his friends were.
Right.
So there's a bit of variety, but if you look, guys, Roblox discussion did the best.
Yes, guys, join us.
You gotta join our group. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna go through every relic, and we're going to talk about our experience, and we're also going to talk about proof of us getting them first and all of that. So, are we going to start these in the order they were found or the order they're listed?
Yeah, order of found.
Order of found. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Roblox discussion. It's there's a countdown timer in the Miss Sevenerius hub.
Yeah.
And so we're just sitting there, and somebody in our group posts a screenshot from Bee Swarm Simulator, and there's a VR headset in the shop. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I haven't played Bee Swarm Simulator in a while, because Roblox discussion isn't just a gunting group where we do all the events, we just play games together, we hang out. So yeah, join. You can enjoy that. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And then they're like, oh my gosh, there's like glitchiness, and there's all these riddles and all this. And I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
At the time, I knew Ready Player 2 was happening, but I wasn't even aware of the hub.
Yeah.
So I was just playing with my friends, and then we saw that some people were solving these codes. I don't remember the order the codes were solved in.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But we were going through them, and the codes were actually...
At this point, a lot of people were posting stuff in the RBB Discord. That was sort of like the hub for... I guess the most popular hub for like gunting and the Ready Player 2 and RBB stuff. But so everyone was posting like collages of all the riddles and all the codes that they had. So at this point, like we're already like into the gunting mindset. We hop in the game and we're just trying to figure out what's this the correlation between all these codes and what the plan is with them.
And so...
And then we realize...
let's say who realized.
Yeah.
We are a group from back during Ready Player 1. Our server used to just be called Ready Player 1 Roblox. And we did all that stuff. We're the first group to unlock the stained glass egg door, and we got that. We were just sitting here, and I'm in Bee Swarm Simulator, and I have the second ever member, I think it's second, that joined what used to be Ready Player 1 server, joined my game, and he's just like, hey guys, what's up? What are you doing here? And he hasn't been on in like such a long time, and he was so good. He found a lot of this stuff too. And I'm just like, it's Ready Player 2, you gotta join the server again. And he joins in, and we get him up to speed. And so he's like, guys, these codes, they're all related to old computer educational games. And so with that in mind, we solve another code. I accidentally leak it to the main chat, and then it leaks out to other servers.
Yeah.
And then that's when we're like, oh, you know, it would be a really smart idea, having a channel for only gunters.
Yeah.
And then after that, I figured out one of the codes. We didn't have the entire thing decoded. It was from, as elusive as Waldo from Sydney 2, and then I don't even know what the other thing was. And I was like, guys, it's gotta be Carmen Sandiego. And then I just enter it in, and I'm like, oh, it was Carmen Sandiego. And I'm just like, oh, I got that one. And so we were already ahead. I posted, I think I accidentally gave away that code too. but we're not gonna talk about that. I don't even know if the other countries know about that. Um, yeah, and then I'm pretty sure that's when we were at the last code. We had opened up computer educational games, like really old ones.
Yeah,
And
we went on
just
Wikipedia and
we
it started
went
going
we
through all
just
the
went through
pages.
everything, and then the guy Mega Epic Ninja, and that's a
Yep.
great username. He loves it when you talk about how great his username is. He really loves it. So if you join Roblox discussion, be sure to ping him and tell him how great his username is. So he's like, I figured it out, but you guys have to tell me how to buy items in this game. And I'm like, man, and I'm just like, just follow me. And then he goes over, he buys it, and then he's like, all right, the last code is Troggles. It's some creature from one of the old educational games.
To this day, I still don't know how Mega clutched.
I don't even know what a Troggle is.
He was literally scanning every Wikipedia
like,
article and trying every word possible.
Yeah, and he just gets it, and we're
Somehow
like,
gets struggles.
and then I've got screenshots of this. They're gonna be showing up on the screen. We enter that. We buy the VR headset. The computer opens up, and then we start the puzzle. It's me, my friend Angus. He's been in some videos if you've watched them before, and then my friend Soup, who was in the Piggy video and all this. At the time, I didn't think to record this, but now knowing all the information I know, especially with this tweet coming out, it would have been very smart to record it for proof.
Right.
The only proof I have is the screenshots I posted in the Bee Swarm Simulator server before they kicked me. And so yeah, we're solving the puzzle, we're going through. My friend Angus is like, I did it, I got it. And I'm like, what? How'd you do that? And then he talked me through the puzzle, and then I get through there, and then I get all that. I had recorded a small video of me being like, yeah, we're meta, and with the like computer there, but I think I deleted that. I can't find it. I would have posted that. It was pretty funny. It was just Soup standing there. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, he solved it. He was the first owner, and then I came right after that, and then maybe about like 15 minutes, it's just us freaking out in the call, and then I get pinged by Cowax. He's like, you have it, and you didn't tell us how to get it. And I'm like, I forgot about you guys.
He just joins the call and just walks.
Well, no, first I joined the call, and I was really annoying. I was like, guys, how do I get this book? And I could tell you guys were just so mad at me.
I was quite pissed off.
But we didn't talk for like years.
That's true.
But yeah, I posted a screenshot of me getting the book in the server, and then all I see before I disappear is a message from a random member that says, all right, ban them. And then the server just disappeared. And I thought I was banned. So I was in another Bee Swarm server, and they were just like, they kicked you because they thought you were exploiting. And I'm just like, okay, that's fair. I mean, I did kind of get this with my friend. But yeah, we went through that one really fast, and this was before the Ready Player Two event even started.
Yeah.
We kind of Roblox discussion feels guilty for no hints because we just like blasted through everything, and there was no hints necessary. So yeah, I join. I get it for Calrox. I get it for Mega. We all get it, and then the last code. Eventually, somebody else guessed it, and then everyone followed after. And that was Bee Swarm Simulator. And the door didn't open. It was bugged. They weren't ready for somebody to find that one yet. But yeah. Do you have anything else to say about Bee Swarm Simulator, Calrox?
Yeah. So we don't. Well, Moshi doesn't have any of any recordings, I guess, of him actually getting the thing. But the only recordings that we have are my clips of trying to like get quick, because when the bee spawns, like it has a bunch of symbols that you have to memorize and then put in the code. So I clipped myself
singing
to try like slow down the footage and like get the code, and it's just me humming the Bee Swarm theme over and over to myself.
Okay, so fun fact for the people that don't know, this is fun fact mode with 2 out of the 3 RD admins. The stick bug meme song is actually from Beast Swarm Simulator.
Yes.
And that's like, it's kind of funny to think about how big that meme got, only for it to be from a Roblox game.
A Roblox game. Let's go to
Alright.
Piggy. So
Piggy.
Piggy was
Piggy was
the first one.
where we were sitting in the hub, and we're like, guys, maybe while we wait for the hub, we should be searching Piggy to find Sabrina's pink sword of healing. And we were like, okay, so we'll have a few members sit in the hub while the rest of us search for the sword. I think the sword was like aware at this time, because I'm pretty sure we all freaked out like, there's 2 things in Piggy.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, okay. So then the counter reaches 0, and we just see screenshots of a Piggy appear in front of the door, and like, guys, I hate Piggy. For a few hours, once we found the dice, which the day before the puzzle was activated, a day before that, the puzzle was activated a long time ago probably, but the day before that, I'm watching Creek's stream, and he gets this really realistic looking screenshot of somebody finding a red dice in the cafe. And I'm like, huh, that's kind of interesting. And then I'm like, it's probably fake, and I moved on. And obviously I wasn't there to see James Charles' butt appear on Creekcraft's stream. So, somebody found it. And then we're like, okay, the hint that we got was that we had to clean up a mop spill in the alleys. And so we did that, and we're like, hey guys, maybe the buttons are for Ready Player 2 and not RB Battles. So we're just trying all these crazy things with the buttons.
Yep.
When Mega again, he's like, guys, I just heard knocking. And I'm like, is your pizza here? And then Ant's like, yeah, I hear it too. And then we're like, I'm just walking around. I'm in the cafe. I'm like, guys, dice.
So real quick, fun fact about the knocking. Right, like a few seconds before, the solution was that you had to click on a certain door in the Piggy map alleys. A few seconds before Mega actually clicked on the door, was it Mega who clicked on the door?
Yeah, it was Mega, and Ant was next to him.
Yeah, a few seconds right before that, because Mega he played without audio, I guess. Right before that, he turned his sound up.
Yeah, it was down.
A couple seconds later, he clicked the door. So if he didn't turn his sound up, I don't know if we
wouldn't have found that if he didn't turn his sound up. And so we're going through all that. We figure out that you have to put the numbers in the dice, and then you knock again, and you keep going. And then we got so excited, we got sent to this stronghold thing, and we were just... There's a video of this. We have proof that we were first.
Right.
So BelowNatural, like, please watch that instead of just accusing people and saying that this other team found something first when it was us. We got video proof of Piggy and Sharkbite, and we also have things of us being early to bad business, the bling, and all that. But yeah, please don't just say things when you don't have all the information, you don't have any evidence, because we worked hard on this. A lot of our members, they have a lot of skills that help us with this. Like Ant, he's got a pretty cool job that he told us about. Other members in there, Jack, he made a bot that helped us out. It showed us when games got updated and all that. But yeah, we had a lot of members with skills, a lot of trustworthy members. We just basically had everyone we needed. And it was like our group worked out perfectly. And there was this guy in the game with us, Mohees, some random dude, and I'm like, he's gotten enough information with us. Let's go ahead and put him in Gunter chat.
What a decision that was.
Oh boy. But yeah, let me get back to Piggy. I keep getting off topic. We're going in there. We're doing this whole lever puzzle thing. My friend Angus, he figures that lever puzzle out. Then we find out you have to blow out the torches. And after that, we got kind of stuck. We died like twice because we didn't know what to do.
The number room was literally the
not the number room. first we were confused with the levers that you had to go back and pull them. But once we figured that out,
alright.
then the number room sucked. We
Yeah.
tried pressing them from lowest to highest, highest to lowest. We tried pressing them in, I don't remember what the other things were, until Mo's like, this always happens with us. We always like say something first, and we're like, guys, what if this is the solution? And it's always me saying, nah, let's not try that. That's stupid. And that's always the solution. So Mo like a long time ago is like, guys, what if it's just like, what if we just have to click the lines and the number of the knocks and the dice? And I'm just like, nah. So we try all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, fine. It's not going to be right, but let's try it. And then it was right. And we went in, we got that Crown of Madness. Then we refreshed, and 22 people had it.
Yeah.
But we had people checking the whole time, and it shot up from 1, which is Minitoon, to 22 when we got it. So we got it. We aren't sure. We have to see those people join Green's game. We're still first people to upload a tutorial. Creek showed it on his stream, and I got 43,000 views. That's gonna be my biggest video for a while.
Yeah.
Guys, you gotta like and subscribe so I can be star creator by the end of the year. That has to happen. Okay, so yeah, that was Piggy. We got proof of that. There's a short cut video on my channel, and then there's also the full hunt on my channel for that. So below, if you're watching this, please go back and watch that for proof that we found all this legit and that it wasn't just seed, because seed wasn't, I didn't even know what a seed was.
Yeah.
And the one after that is Roblox in high school, right?
Yep.
So
next is Roblox in high school. And this is the one where seed comes in.
No, I think we should start with what we found. So
that is a true point. Yeah.
So we obviously at this point, like we explained previously, the descriptions of the items were involved in the puzzles, and it was the Breakfast Club. Robloxian High School, it had the same badge that it had from Ready Player One. And I'm like, it could be in Robloxian High School. I know the puzzles haven't been that involved, but Robloxian High School, Breakfast Club. And so we have this video of us sitting in the chairs in the library right next to the chair you had to sit in.
Yep, it was all the wrong chairs.
We just sat in all of the wrong chairs except for the one that we needed to sit in to find the key. So Roblox discussion was pretty close, and it just goes to show you don't need exploits to figure something like that out. We just thought about it because Breakfast Club in the movie, they sit down in like I don't remember what Mega said exactly, but they sit down somewhere, and then it was like through this certain time, and it was pretty close to the actual time in Roblox in high school. Back in like 2015, I met this friend named Green. Is it 271?
271.
Okay. Sometimes I think it's 471. I remember that's the bot. Yeah, so Green, I met him. We played this like Roblox Leaks game together. We sat in it all day. We were pretty good friends. We talked, and then we stopped talking for like multiple years. And I had seen Green again in the Roblox Battles tester chat because we both got tester. We're like, hey, dude, what's up? And so I friended Green after that, and I see after like we wake up, Roblox in high school is found. And I look, and I just see Green wearing the item in my friends list. And I'm just like, man. And I message him, how? And he's like, you know I can't tell you. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I want to know. And so I'm like, ah. And then maybe 10 minutes after I message him, one of our members posts the screenshot of the key, and I'm just like, gosh, dang it. Calrox wasn't there. It was me, Mega, Blank, and Jody. Those were the 4 Gunters that were so close to finding Roblox in high school. So yeah, that's another relic that Roblox discussion was really close to finding. So it was almost 4 instead of 3. And yeah, so Seed and Eggify, they got to that first. They found that, and then we found the thing right after we had been glitching into the thing like we talked about previously. We kept glitching into the obby, we kept beating it, and this Roblox in high school is broken. We had to get a video of the specific place to fall to get the blink.
If you did it after the nerf, then you wouldn't understand. But basically, where you had a drop at the end of the obby, there's like a cereal bowl there. Before that, it was just the abyss, and there were like a bunch of random islands. You had to go down into a specific spot so that if you fell in the correct, like, at the correct spot, you would be teleported to the bombastic
Yeah.
bling. But if you didn't do it, you would just be sent out of the obby, and you had to glitch back in and then try all that
Yeah.
again, which was
Or you had
very,
to go
very
through,
annoying.
get the key again, and do all that again,
Yeah,
which was so annoying. And
yeah.
after this, that's when the first phase of the event ended. Like
Right.
there was no other games active. We found some information about Bad Business, which we'll talk about when we get to Bad Business.
After Seed got the bombastic bling, like they were the first ever to get the bombastic bling.
Yeah.
James Halliday 7, who you don't know, or who if you don't know, is one of the like lead devs on the Ready Player Two event. He would basically go to all the people that found the relics first, and he would vet them to see if they exploited or not. And you had to give the exact steps on how to get the relic to him, and then he would judge whether or not you exploited, or if you said something wrong, then you would be like banned or whatever. So he vetted for all of Seed Gang. He like tested all of their members, and they all gave the right response. They told him exactly how to do all that. And exploiting, I'm not even sure. Like, if you were to exploit on Roblox in high school, I guess you would just have to like teleport to the key and then like teleport to the end of the obby. But like they knew all the steps, exactly what to do. So James Halliday vetted for them, and here's some screenshots of that. He says that I trust you, and then he gave some and then actually they went on, as Moshi said before, they went on to give or people that did actually exploit in the event, who were just like gloating how they exploited and they didn't get banned. He gave them their usernames, and they eventually did get banned. So, and the last screenshot here, he says, "I believe you're legitness," and he gives them good luck for the grand finale.
Yeah. All right.
So
Okay.
they were vetted by one of the lead devs for them,
Yeah.
and so I mean, it literally doesn't get better than that. I don't know how you would possibly exploit if you were vetted.
We're gonna talk about the creation of the Triple Alliance right now. I
Sure.
get messaged by Green. He's like, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if all three teams got like a few members together to get all the information from all the teams together to make sure that everyone got the Metastar?" And I'm like, I was having this idea, but I'm not sure my team will really approve with it with how good we've been doing. Let's do it. And so I don't even know when I made Calrox aware. I didn't make Jack aware right away either. Jack was added because Jack was able to get all our information together a bit better. It's not because I didn't trust you, dude. It was just like I barely knew you guys. I was trying to figure things out, and I was like, yeah, we could all get the Metastar. I trust Green. I don't think he'd troll me like that. So yeah, we got in. I get invited to this server, and that's when I meet Seed, like 3 members from Seed, and then I met 3 members from Egify. I'm not gonna list off everyone that was in it because I don't know if they want to be known. And then I'm the only Roblox discussion member in there, so I'm like, yeah, can I get Jack? And and they're like, yeah. And then Calrox asks, I think a bit later on if he can join,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm a bit scared, but yeah, it's not like any offense to you, I promise.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it was a good choice bringing you in there. Yeah, so every group had 3 members in this triple alliance, and our like information channel was just loaded compared to Seeds and Eggifies. I don't want to sound like rude or anything, but even Green agrees that we were a bit more prepared. We knew what to do. We had information, had ideas. We had all the team members with all their skills that they had, and we crushed the event pretty much. So then the next was Bad Business. So Bad Business, like we said, it was found by exploiters, but exploiters weren't the first people to get to the item and unlock it and all that stuff because they had an exploit.
All exploiters had done up to that point was just leak. Well, unfortunately, leak the entire thing.
It wasn't the entire thing, but it was most of it, and it
Yeah.
sucked because once again, Roblox discussion had a pretty great head start on that compared to other people. There was the ASCII unicorn in Ready Player 2, which we had kind of connected with Project Unicorn. We thought it could be a possibility. I'm not sure if there was a description for the hat at that point.
I don't believe so.
That was one of our only connections, but our biggest was a developer in the Bad Business Discord basically leaking that it was part of the event. It had this message where we don't have the message here right now, but it was basically they were asking other developers to make fake puzzles and upload fake badges to their games because Bad Business is involved in a hidden event. And that's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that kind of confirms it. And they're like, you get a prize and stuff if you do it. I wonder if those people got the Midas Star. I don't know.
That would actually be, yeah.
But yeah. So Bad Business, and then we're sitting there. The countdown's going down. We're waiting for the next phase to start so we can go do Bad Business. We obviously didn't know the whole puzzle. We just knew, and then there was exploiters in the RB Battles images chat, and they posted all these screenshots, and one of them contained an ASCII unicorn, and we're like, well, it confirmed our suspicion, but now everyone knows. Yeah. And so that really sucked. They told everyone that it was a zombie survival, and we're like, Phantom Forces 2, and they also told everyone that it started with a Twitter code. And we're just like, man, let's hope that Roblox Discussion can figure out the rest of this puzzle, which we almost did, except because of the Triple Alliance, all three of us went through. So Seed, Agify, and us, we went through that puzzle. And it was pretty much a mixed bag of all the people first to Bad Business, but the people first to Bad Business weren't exploiters. It was just that exploiters gave everyone the information. And at that point, why not use the information if everyone has it? So, yeah, we just went in there.
Was the video before, or the interview before or after?
It was after.
After, okay.
I think. So yeah, because like phase 2 showed up, and then it was like a countdown to the interview.
I see.
But yeah, so Bad Business, it was just a big mixed bag. If you look in Green's game, it's a Seed member, then it's Green. I think some Gunting rounds in there, but it's like everyone just went in there because it was kind of a mess.
It was honestly just a race of who could kill the zombies the quickest and make it to the end.
Yeah, they did a good job on that. I think I was like 40th, maybe 20th. I don't remember. But yeah. Bad Business, it was kind of hectic. You could literally glitch the entire thing. You could be invincible.
Yeah. I don't know if that's fixed yet. I'm pretty sure you could still just prone.
Bad Business, it is kind of fun, but the exploiting, yeah, I can see why you'd be upset if the entire event was exploited, because that really upset us.
Just for one,
we set up a rule in Roblox Discussion. We have all the like exploits and stuff names censored. No exploiting ever. We're not allowing that. It really, really upset us that we had all that info only for it to leak out like that. If we're counting us almost making it to Roblox in high school, that would have been 5 out of the 7 found by Roblox Discussion. Oh boy. Okay. Well, Bad Business was kind of a boring one, if I'm being honest. The event was fun. Do you have something?
Yeah. So just to clear it up, I'm not sure if we said this, but so Blow was right. It was found by another exploiting group. Obviously, it wasn't Seed because they didn't exploit, but Bad Business was the only one found that was actually found and leaked by some. I don't even know who did it. It was like some other exploit.
Yeah, it was some weird group.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're moving on to Sharkbite then, which was found by us. So we just. So, the one thing that Seed and Agify pointed out was that there was a poster in the main hub by somebody named SharkBiteFan7 with the 7 in there. And if you go to that account, it's new, it's fresh, and it was created recently compared to like the times the event was made. We weren't allowed to mention this to other Roblox Discussion Gunters until the event was over. But yeah, and then one of our members, Ant's pretty good. He figured that out, that the poster was there. Even we're like, I'm just like, that's very interesting. I didn't know that. And so we're just sitting in the game. This is a day before Sharkbite was found. We're in the game. We're like, hey, if you destroy the buoys, your boost gets refreshed. And I think it was Ant again. And somebody's just like, Ant figured something out. Ant figured something out. Spectate him. He's talking to a fish. And I'm like, what? And then he's like, yeah, I just broke all of the buoys because we were just joking about the buoys, eating them. And he's like, and then I saw this glowing rock, and he boosted into it. I think we found the little rock patch a little bit earlier, but it started glowing when he got the boost and like gave him a super boost. And we're just like, huh, we found the first step. We're gonna get this one first too. And then we spent probably the next 8 hours. I think it was 8 hours. I think it was something like that. We inspected his like dialogue so many times. And then we saw more people starting to find him, and nobody was figuring out what you had to do next.
Yeah,
So,
there was a lot of red herrings with that.
Yeah.
There was like, you said you had to clean up something, so we found like we made a list of all the trash in the entire ocean. We scouted the entire ocean looking for like all the references, Easter eggs, and we thought we had to do something like that. But
we even tried super boosting into the Titanic multiple times, but of course it wasn't that easy, which is obvious. We also have full video proof of this happening. We have so right after Ant found that, I started recording. I probably have like 14 hours of shark bite footage, which I don't have uploaded publicly, but I'm totally fine with sharing that. If people need more proof, it's going to take me probably like a day to upload it all because my videos are that high quality and there's that much there. It's taking up a lot of my storage. But yeah. So we found Leonard. We found him first. And everyone started finding it after that. We couldn't figure out what to do. After 8 hours, Seed, Eggify, and us, we all took a break. We went to bed. We woke up the next day, and it wasn't found. We were so confused. We just didn't know what was going on. So yeah, I'm sitting in a game. We got me. We got my friend Soup. We have Mo again, Mohees. We have Sabata, which is another Gunter. Has a lot of cool outfits. Check them out on Twitter because they got cool outfits. And then we also had Fluey, who was a member that also returned from the Ready Player One event. And yeah, we were all just in there. The last search was 2 hours. We were only in there for 2 hours when we found out the thing, or at least when I started recording. So we're sitting there. Basically, everyone else gave up. We thought the puzzle was broken. The devs confirmed it wasn't broken. Nobody found it, but there was 17 owners, was it? And we're going to say this right now. We have proof that those 17 owners exploited. They didn't glitch into a hole like they said they did. There's literally screenshots of the guy, one of the dudes that messaged Creek on stream and told him he glitched, saying, dude, it's in the Synapse Discord. I was just like, oh yeah. Huh. Yeah, so they confessed to that. So we are the first legitimate people to find Sharkbite. So technically, exploiters did get to it first, but they didn't figure out the puzzle first. And they were punished.
So it didn't really ruin anything of the puzzle aspect of it, like it did for Bad Business. It was just they just had the relic.
And they all got punished for it, just like the Bad Business people did. All of the exploiters in this event got punished. And so we're sitting there, and then we see somebody in our server post a screenshot of what James Halliday 7 said in the Ready Player 2 hub. And he said, you're going to need to give advice to a smaller boat. And we ask groups if this is legit, and they're like, yeah, he really said this. And we're like, huh. And I immediately, it clicks in my head. And the only reason I knew this was because of this like mini guessing game that I had with the Risk of Rain 2 sound like music composer. And it was that he had a song named after the Jaws reference, You're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat. And when that clicked in my head, I realized what it was. And so instead of using that information for something smart, we're like, guys, what if we run around and type it in the chat for no reason because we give up and we're not going to keep trying? And so we're just typing it. We're doing all this. I have the full video of us just being stupid. And then I'm like, oh, you're going to need a bigger chungus. and then you just turn around and it's just Mo, and he's like, you're going to need a bigger boat. That's what Mo sounds like, by the way. That's,
yes, of course, yes.
And then he's like, oh my gosh.
And specifically in front of the Sharkbait 7.
Yeah, because we were already aware that it was something, so we were just trying it in front of everything. And then Mo's like, yeah, I did it. This is all in the video. Probably most of you here have seen that video. and it was just so great. I'm laughing through that entire video. It was pretty simple what you had to do after you got the buoys, because we had already thought the super buoys were something. So we put them on the Titanic, and then I found the telescope pretty quickly, but it took me a while to figure out this the sun thing. Yeah. So we raised the Titanic in the air, all that. What was I about to say? There's something else. I'm talking way too fast. Getting what was there? What was it? Yeah.
Telescope.
So none of the Alliance members believe us, and none of Roblox discussion believes us, because we were all making these jokes.
Yeah, if you don't know Moshi, sometimes he's just
you can't trust me, because sometimes I sound so serious.
Over here where the glass kind of bends.
Oh, where? Let me go.
I'm behind the portals.
I'm going. Where?
When you go in first person.
Among Us! Like, I was doing the Army Battles finale, I'm like 5 times, guys, I got the Hood of Champions.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and Calox joins, and he's just like, I just came up here and laid down. And then I'm just like, Calrox, we figured it out. And then I'm just reading off all this stuff. The video's out there. This is probably my favorite of the videos. This is when our server tripled in members, and there was a lot of gore and porn posted in our server, and we weren't prepared for this. We didn't have anything to like defend against that. It was a huge mess. But yeah, and then we even had YouTubers join. I had YouTubers ask me. And so we get through that. We beat the boss battle, which the boss battle was already leaked by exploiters. That exploiter got terminated, made another account. I'm not gonna say too much here, because there's some other groups which we know of exploiters being in them, but I just don't want to start drama between all of us. And that guy rejoined one of them, and we seen that, and we're just like, man, there's so many groups with exploiters, when we just killed this event without having any.
Yeah.
And that was crazy to me. But yeah, we beat Leonard, we did all that, and we're just like, I'm just gonna get this video prepared to upload in case somebody finds it. And I have the slowest internet in the world. Like, right after the event, I got probably the best internet. Calox confirmed. My internet's really good now, but back then it was so bad. And then there was this guy in the Sharkbite channel, and he could not speak English very well. Like, he couldn't write English, and he's like in this weird, messed up non-English. He's basically explains what you have to do. You have to say that to the painting. And so we're like, yeah, let's just upload it. They're gonna find out soon. And it takes like over an hour for me to actually upload the video with how slow my internet was. And in the last few seconds of it uploading, a bunch of people found it, and so we missed out on a lot of views. But yeah, yeah, it was crazy. That was probably one of the best days I've ever experienced. I don't know if you agree on that, but you do?
I definitely agree.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then after that, it was a bit silent again. So yeah, server exploded. We're not gonna go into the next stuff yet. The server exploded, and BelowNatural joined our server, the guy that made this tweet. And so, I don't know. This makes me feel kind of gross against him, what he did. He knew that we found the relic. He's in our server. And he says that he's going to give 5,000 Robux to the first person to show him how to get the Sharkbite relic.
Yeah.
And
so
you go.
Even defended, because he joined our server and sent multiple messages asking for us, and I'll get into another part, but asking our members and the people that had the relic early, asking us to pay us 5,000 Robux to show him how to get the relic. So it's clear that he knows that we're like Roblox discussion, we aren't seed. So he knew that before posting this. This was on December 2nd, and he posted that tweet December 3rd.
Yeah.
So it was fresh in the mind. Like I don't know why he thought or why he even posted that tweet in the first place when he knew that we found Sharkbite first and he offered us Robux for it. So you can't even defend it for specifically Sharkbite. There's just no defending.
Yeah, there's like, can I just say how small 5,000 Robux is compared to what we were being asked to give information for?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was searching through my DMs, and I had gotten somebody who asked me if they would give me $500 PayPal. I had only just found this, and I want to wait for everyone's reaction on this video to hear about that. You didn't know about this either.
I did not know it.
$500 compared to 5K Robux, and I still ignored it. We all made sure to ignore all that. You make one of the top games on Roblox, I'm sure you have millions of Robux. 5,000 is probably like what you use to run to the gas station to buy a candy bar. But yeah, I don't. Why 5,000? I feel like if you could have went a lot higher, and it would have given you a lot better chance. I'm not sure if anybody still would have gone for it, but if you put out $1 million right there, I think everyone would have agreed to just go for it.
So so at this point, once we've all found the relic, we shared all the information and all the steps with the rest of the alliance. And Green, who is the Eggify member, he went to Roblox discussion in general, and he said, "I need more followers," and he posted his profile picture, and he was wearing the entire helm of Riptide and the whole outfit with that. So then a bunch of people started tagging him like, "Oh, I'll pay you Robux," and guess who shows up right after and starts begging him for the solution too. Then he starts pinging Green in multiple screenshots.
Just read out these screenshots so people can understand the evolution of it.
So it starts off with his first one. As soon as he joined the server, lol, what if I give 5K Robux to the first person to show me how to give the shark? Right, Bellic, ha ha ha. Which sort of seems like a joke. I would understand if you understand that, if you think that's sarcasm. The next one, after Green posts his message, right after he says, at Green, if you tell me I'll give you 5K Robux. Then right after that, 5K Robux for something that will be leaked eventually. Next one, offer still on the table, 5K Robux to help me get the Riptide home. And then this next one, I don't understand. The message is edited, and this was before we had logs or whatever, so I can't actually see what it was. But he says, got it, that was bullshit. But clearly he said something else before. And then below that, he put some like BS solution that it's obviously, if you've done the event, like, you know that's not the actual solution. And then he tries helping someone, saying, "Oh, how do you activate the painting? You touch it multiple times," which doesn't make any sense. And then he says he got it somehow. I don't know what the order of that was, but. And then after he just keeps typing or whatever, and then he leaves the server. He offers Green multiple times for the 5K Robux. And
there's way more screenshots here than I thought.
Yeah.
We got confessions of him being the one that made TDS, and he thinks people mass leak, and then he keeps talking about 5K, and then he been looking for almost 8 hours so far. Boy, get on our level. Oh, he wants to get this game's hunt over with. Well, we did too. We searched longer than 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, and he says, I heard y'all got the Riptide helmet already, as in Roblox discussion. Mm-hmm. Not Seed. So why is Seed on there? We're the one that gave the solution of how to get it to Seed. Yeah. That's pretty much that.
Yeah. So yeah, main takeaway is he literally joined our server and offered all of us, all the people that had the helmet at this point, Robux. And he still, in his tweet, claimed that Seed found everything. And they not only did they find it first, they exploited to find it, which is just not cool. There's no proof for that
There's
at all.
no proof. If we will literally, we won't believe it. Even if there's proof, we'll try. We'll just, we don't know. If there's somehow proof out there, we will be so surprised with everything that we saw on the inside of how everything worked out.
Yeah.
I'm just... please, if you have proof, then provide it instead of just using your status in the community to say somebody's exploiting, because it didn't only hurt Seed, it hurt us too. And we're bringing this video up. We had originally scrapped the idea of making this video because the hate kind of died down, and then we get more people hating on Seed for no reason. Like,
Right.
after the event has already ended. It's 2 months after now. Like, please, we're going to try and get somebody in the community to at least make sure Roblox discussion and hopefully Seed 2 isn't going to keep getting hate for this, because it's kind of ridiculous. And if you look, he, in his fake solution, he mentions one of the steps that got exploited, and I'm not sure if he just saw the person that exploited it post that screenshot, but it's kind of suspicious. So yeah, BelowNatural, we obviously, if you have an explanation for all of this, we can hear that. We have nothing against you. We just don't want you to be spreading information like that, especially false information that's hurting us and our friends. So
Right.
please, just, if you can fix this, then do that.
Vehicle sim, yeah.
Oh boy, is this a mess.
So what's funny about this relic is that this relic wasn't even supposed to be unlocked or obtainable
yeah.
for another day. This one was accidentally, I don't know, accidentally.
It might
was just
not have,
released
it's
early.
really confusing. I'm not even sure Green knows everything with it completely. So when Vehicle Simulator was found, the last door opened and it had the Chaos Top Hat from Dungeon Quest in it, which makes us feel like the games were switched around at some point, which might have caused some of the miscommunication that led to both games being activated at the same time. But yeah, so it got opened up, and before this, we think that Vehicle Simulator might be involved. We had all went and farmed enough money to try. We were just farming to try and get the DeLorean because it was mentioned in the interview. And then the game updates, and the DeLorean's cheaper. And so we're all driving around trying to do the Back to the Future reference. I don't remember. It's like you got to go above 80 or whatever.
Yeah,
And
80 amount.
we also had like 80s radio music on.
Right. From the
And
hint of the description.
Seed, Eggify, all of that. We had no idea what to do. And then the Roblox discussion general again. These guys killed it. They're like, guys, I hear Morse code. And they found out that you had to drive like near the radio tower with the 80s music on in the DeLorean to hear Morse code, which told you the code. Do you remember what the code was? Was it chocolate dog cola, pink glazed dog cola? We knew like immediately what to do with that. And we all ran to the wrong vending machine instead of the one that was in the building right next to the radio tower.
Yep.
So we're all
Right
like
next to it,
halfway
and we all
across
went
the
back to
map.
the city.
We're just we're entering it. Oh, we're like, man, we really thought this would work. And then they're like, guys, it is the vending machine. There's one next to the radio tower. And so we enter that in. We go down. The puzzle was obvious. No exploiters. None of them did this. The puzzle was a very obvious puzzle, just like with Bee Swarm Simulator. Bee Swarm was also very obvious. No exploiting needed for any of this. It was very straightforward. So the Egg Hunters group, they went through, they solved this. They found all the locations for all that, and United States 11 is the first person to get that, and they're from.
It was confirmed. Yep.
Pretty sure they're from that group, right?
Yeah, he's.
So they
I
went
think
through. They got that.
I know that Otub, who is in Egg Hunters, he knows United States. I'm not sure if
Yeah,
he's actually
alright.
in the.
So yeah, they went through. It's confirmed 100%. Is this screenshot down here? That's the
that's
actual
not
dev,
Otub, apparently
right?
that's.
That's the actual like dev. One of the devs for.
It seems like it was a copy pasted message like of a Discord channel, so I don't know if that guy's the dev.
I think that I heard that name before. It might be a dev, but I'm not sure. It says that United States 11 completed the quest. I see that one of the people that were from Roblox discussion in there.
Yeah, there's two. There's 4-4 and
They joined
Mo.
after, I think.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So yeah, Vehicle Simulator. It didn't even need to be exploited. The puzzle was very straightforward.
It basically just told you what to do.
And
you just had to
our
find the
bot is freaking out with Dungeon Quest. And we're
Right.
just ignoring it because we're like, Vehicle Simulator is the game for today. We have to complete this. And then people tell us that a new glitch appeared in the hub, and this is where all of our hearts dropped because there was a Dungeon Quest character in there. And Vehicle Simulator had just gotten shut down because they thought it could be for millions of reasons. The game wasn't supposed to go live. They could have thought the people exploited when they didn't. So yeah, all that. There was just a huge mess with Vehicle Simulator and Dungeon Quest. And so yeah, it's just so crazy.
Yeah. So the game shut down, and then with the bot and all those dungeon quests like up in the hub, we shifted our attention to Dungeon Quest. And people were already Roblox discussion general again. They were already posting screenshots of these gems and stuff. And then we didn't really talk about this that much, but in the interview between Ernest Klein and how do you say his last name? David what?
Bazuki?
Bazuki. Okay, yeah. In the interview between them, there's a million hints for the entire thing.
Yeah.
There's the bee. He brings up the bee. He brings up the unicorn. And a major thing that we noted when we watched the video, he brings up the Chaos Emeralds. So and in the hub there was this "May the Force be with you always" like a thing in the color of the Chaos Gems. So we thought, we took a screenshot of that and we had that in the back of our head. That ended up being nothing, which was kind of annoying.
It was weird.
And the other thing was the order of the Chaos Emeralds, like the canonical order of it. And we kept a note of that as well. So when we saw people posting gems and Dungeon Quest, we thought the only logical solution was you'd have to, click them in order or use a power-up in order. And I think there was some miscommunication because this actually ruined us. Like, we spent so long on this.
A few of our members was like, "Oh, the gems light up when you touch them in the specific order." Yeah. We're like, "No, they don't." And then I'm like, "Yeah, I don't." This is another moment where I'm like, "That's too stupid to be the answer," because there was no indication that the gems were lighting up or anything like that. We were like, "This can't be the answer," so we gave up on that. We started looking around, and then Roblox discussion. Ready Player Two General goes ahead and posts a screenshot of a keypad, and they tell everyone how to get it, and we're like, "Oh my gosh!"
No, actually, at first they didn't want to leak anything because they said they didn't know how to get it. I'm pretty sure it's Midnight Alpaca.
Yeah, Alpaca was pretty.
When we saw the keypad, we're like, "Oh shit, we have to like step up our game. We have to actually finish it." So then out of nowhere, a couple, I don't think it was myself, but a couple members, they just gamble on it and they go through the order. At first they started with the order "May the Force be with you always," but that was the wrong order. So then next they try the canonical order of the Chaos Emeralds, and that works. They get the keypad near the bridge, and then we all go through with all the all through the gems, and we're just punching ourselves because we all thought it wasn't gonna be anything important, but there was no indication, and like we just thought
it was kind of a crappy puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Vehicle Simulator had a cool puzzle. It just released at the wrong time. It would have been a much better ending. So Dungeon Quest puzzle sucked. The boss fight sucked. All that. We tell Seed, we tell Eggify how to get the keypad to spawn, and then like maybe 10 minutes after that, they're like, "We figured it out. Just brute force the keypad." So some people, they don't know this, but instead of doing the Morse code, you could just click on each of the numbers individually.
Like, and then counting the lanterns, basically. You could just you could brute force it by, you could click every number until you get one that turns green. And then you try the next number, and if it's red, you just put the same first number again, and you keep trying until you get a perfect all green number pad or whatever. And you could use brute force it that way, which was kind of funny. And we didn't even know that there was a real solution. We thought that was how you actually had to do it. So I'm pretty sure like all the Gunters and Seed and Eggify, we all did that brute force method, and we didn't even know about the lights until after all the metastars were claimed, or however.
It was like 60 left, I think, and that messed up a lot of people. So multiple of us, he says that people that got the metastar got it unfair. That's not true. Everyone was basically in there at the same time. There was Seed members, there was us, there was Eggify, Gunting Grounds, Roblox Discussion General, RB Battles. Everyone figured it out, went in there, and the boss was just down to RNG. The best strategy was to just run in there and hit it. If I had known that sooner, I would have had the metastar, because I had gone in there 3 times before that. So did Green. Green went in there 4 times, and I died each time. And then the first time that I tried to just rush in there and do damage, I kill the boss, I die, like I mentioned. I don't get the star, and then it's all out of there. And it's just, boy, you cannot just say that people that got it unfairly, they just got super lucky. Just like how
Yep.
Roku got super lucky at the end of Ready Player One. It was just all
Same
down to
thing.
luck. And
Right.
just, yeah. You should be focusing more on the RB battle stuff, like the first Hood of Champions owner exploiting. Like everywhere. Video proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, people with the Metastar are just lucky. There's so many members in Roblox discussion. The 2 of our Gunters got the Metastar just by luck. Multiple seed members, but that was because they got in there and figured it out pretty early that you should just rush in there. Some Eggify members, I think. Egg Hunters, some of them got them. I think the first person to get the boombox got a Metastar. I'm not sure about that though.
Right.
I think.
I think so.
But yeah, it was just luck. You cannot say that because it hurt a lot of people. A lot of people got harassed being called exploiters, just random people that went in there and got it. So that's just not cool. You should not say things like that. No. I got really mad about that.
To Below Natural, you're a big member of the community. You're respected. You're a popular dev. So it's sort of out of nowhere that you just give these factless claims, especially that's what just I keep going back to it, but especially because you joined our server and you knew we found it first. I don't understand what made you post this in the first place, but I don't know. Just a lot of misinformation in this tweet. I do agree with the incentive of being the first to find the relic. That's a good idea, and I feel like it should have come back from Ready Player One.
And he's right about some of it, but not all.
Yeah. Bad business was found by another exploit group. It is true, unfortunately. And Sharkbite was exploited, but it wasn't
solved like that.
the puzzle wasn't leaked or anything like it was with bad business. But there's just way too much misinformation, and it got a lot of traction. Like Moshi said, Creek saw it on stream. Yeah, I think you might have liked or retweeted it in some degree. But so now Creek cut off communication with us. He thinks we're seed for some reason.
A lot of people do. It's
a lot of people in general just think we're seed.
It's just horrible. So hopefully this clears up some stuff. Hopefully we can. What we hope for this is that we can at least get Below Natural and Creek to say that Roblox discussion didn't do anything, and in the best case scenario they say Seed didn't, but I've been told that Below Natural might not do that. I'm not sure why, but it's just a huge mess. I would just really like for all of this annoying drama to just stop. We have proof. There's no reason for any of this to be said. I hope that this video gets spread around. We have some people that are willing to share it, and I just need people to know that this is what happened.
Yeah.
Not whatever this tweet says from somebody that was pretty outside the event. I know it's a dev who's been in events before. Honestly, we had you as a consideration for one of the games because we noticed all of the games were in the egg hunt. And yeah. But I just don't know how you can go on Twitter and say some of these things after what we have with what you've said to us and all of this. It's just a huge mess. If you can explain yourself, that'd be nice. I hope we don't just get blocked. I hope that you are a reasonable person and that we can talk it out or something. Because it was just, I don't know. It's been kind of crappy for us because of this. All right, well, that's that then. You guys should join Roblox discussion. We're going to have a Q&A for all the Gunters that were involved in Ready Player 1, Ready Player 2, and we're going to allow you guys to ask questions for them. So if some of you have interesting questions to ask any of us, then you should join. We'll be hosting something like that soon. We have our own special giveaways, and we have something big coming soon, which is going to involve some Roblox games that you might know and enjoy. So you should definitely join and check that out. You get some cool stuff from it. And we're just a good community to hang out with. Like,
Yep.
I love this server. I've been in it for multiple years, obviously. Cowrox gave up on it one time. He's like, I don't really care about this server anymore. Do what you want with it.
Never.
But yeah, I'm happy with our server. You guys should join it. It's really fun. We are going to do the egg hunt together. If there's any events like this, again, you definitely should join because we're really good at this stuff. We'll be able to help you get through all of that. But yeah, this video is kind of crazy. Please, if you have watching this video, please check out some of my other videos, not just the Ready Player 2 ones, because I've been trying really hard with mid, and then I also have Jake who's making thumbnails. We're trying really hard to just get this channel out there. So please check those out. Please subscribe, like videos, do whatever you can. But yeah, thanks. Karox, anything? Tad?
Just join Roblox discussion. We're a cool community. Lots of movie nights, lots of game nights. And yeah, people host their like community ARGs. So if you're a fan of the Ready Player 2, RB battles, all the Ready Player 1, even all those events, definitely join up because there's a lot of ARGs, lots of puzzles, and just fun stuff all around.
Ending it there. See ya.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so